All right, yeah, ba-dabba-doo, sports fans, welcome to some Saturday morning action here in Detroit, Suburban Ice Center, Rochester, Michigan, with your Steel City Selects 14U girls now in their white with black and gold trim, and the Chicago Hawks predominantly blue with red and white trim, red helmets. As usual, the music's blaring here in Detroit, so I'm not even going to try to fight it. I'll be back for first period action. All right, we're going to drop the puck here. As usual, the music's so loud, I wait till the last minute. We'll be muting out throughout the game to avoid the problems as that draw comes back to Marshall. Panetta, King, and Makasenka up front. with Marshall and Dull on the back end as we start this game. Puck drifts all the way back in. Eves with the pipes to my right, and that's going to be Dull picking it up there. Loses it in the corner. Marshall going to pick it up now, send it back up through neutral ice. It'll be too slow likely for an icing, although the ice is fresh, and they are going to call it. All right, they take another draw here. Pete's now with Mrazek and Klein. Zivkovic going to send it out. Send it up. Not far enough for an icing as they shoot it past Pete's. Here come the Hawks. Pass across, high on Eves. Eves knocks it down. Litz sends it into Eves. Eves covers it up. No goal. And we'll mute out the music as Stevens, Walkoskis, and Clardy come out. Walkoskis takes that draw over to Kiesel, to the point, not out. They battle on the half wall. Clardy's going to pursue, can't get there in time. Puck down into the far corner now. Centering pass, chipped it right in front of the goal mouth. Eves knocked out to the near corner. Stevens up the wall, can't get it out past the point. Down low, Kiesel. Kiesel's going to go dig it out there. Kiesel try to get it ahead, can't get it past that player. Now Walkoskis, they've got some room. Walkoskis too far ahead for Clardy. They're going to have to chase it down, but not before we get an icing. Walkoskis takes that draw, sends it over in the direction of Kiesel, puck below the end line now. Hawk's going to dig it out there, far corner. Pressure from Kiesel, pressure from Clardy. Clardy picks it up, can't get it out. They battle in front of the Selects bench. Back to Yenny. Yenny now. Yenny backhands it ahead. Got to go dig it out now. Clardy's going to get there first, it looks like. No icing. Clardy gets there, tips it out, loses it in the far corner. Walkoskis battles in front of the Hawks bench. Pass. Stevens stops it, sends it in lower. And now they're going to send it back up to the point, dump that by Dull, where Marshall's going to chip it in, and Stevens and Clardy were not out. And we're going to get our first offsides on the Selects with 12:09 to go. King are out here with Sherwood and Panetta now. We got Dull and Marshall on the back end as the Hawks come up the near wall. They get stopped at the blue line. That's Sherwood that fell down there. Puck behind the net now, Marshall. Marshall picks it up, brings it around the far side, up ahead to Panetta, too far. Can't get it out. They keep it in, shot, miss far side. Dull picks it up in the near corner. Send it up the wall. Sherwood can't get it out. Hawks throw it in front, knocked in by King. King, up the far side for Panetta. Panetta, she has some room, chips it around, but we're going to get another icing. With 11:35 to go, we'll come back down here. I promise you I hate the muting as much as you do, but it's literally all I can do with the volume at which they're playing this music. Makasenka battles on the half wall. Can't get it out. They throw it in deeper now. Peets turns on the half wall. Sends it up to Makasenka. Makasenka battling, gets it out. Klein picks it up on the near wall. She comes in. Dances around one player, loses the puck at the blue line. Makasenka's going to battle. Zivkovic steps in. They battle along the wall, comes back out. Litz across to Klein. Klein dances around one player. Room up through the center as Klein gets pulled down, no call. Dumps it below the end line. She's going to go chase it out. Zivkovic and Litz up high. Litz in deep, battling in the corner. Peets goes and joins the battle over there, far corner. Up the half wall. They chip it by Litz, and they're going to have to go chase it down. Not far enough for icing. This girl's got some speed. Litz gets there, sends it off the wall ahead to Klein. Klein chips it out. Klein pushes it ahead. Stick tied up again. Klein backhands it deeper. And Makasenko's going to need to go dig it out as it takes an odd bounce off the side of the net, up the half wall. Litz holds the point. Walkoskis now. Walkoskis poking at it. I'll tell you, this Hawks team's aggressive early. They come up the near wall. Cut off by Claherty, left. They dance in, they're on sides. They drop it. Walkoskis puts it for Claherty. Claherty's going to chip it. She's got room. Walkoskis with her. Mrazek on the far side. Claherty. Claherty comes all the way and leaves it for Walkoskis. Backhand. The goalie knocks that down and covers it up. So with 10:03, we're going to get a stoppage in front of the Hawks net. Walkoskis with Mrazek and Claherty. They put it into the center, and the Hawks pick it up, and they're going to bring it up the near wall. Mrazek in tow. Yenny stood that player up at the red line and caused him to dump it, or the blue line rather, caused him to dump it in. Now they battle in the corner. Yenny turns. Mrazek. Mrazek puts it up the half wall, not out. Hawks throw it in deeper from the point. Claherty cut that off, at least momentarily. It's in Walkoskis' feet. She can't get it out. Now Mrazek gets a stick on it. Mrazek sends it over to the far point where Claherty's going to pick it up. She's got Walkoskis, but the girl's got a stick in Nora. And they were battling hard. Yenny looks like she's back on defense now with Kiesel. Coach Black trying to make some changes to spark this team as Stevens picks it up. Stevens loses it, drops it off for Kinger. Kinger up the near wall. Kinger sends it ahead to Claherty. Claherty gets plowed. Kinger gets around, throws it in front of the goal mouth, and Stevens is going to chip that in lower. She overskates, and the Hawks are going to send it back too far for Dahl, and we're going to get our first icing coming the other way. And we'll bring it back down this way for a face-off to the left of the Hawks goalie, right on your screen. Stevens, King, Panetta, Dahl, and Marshall. Back to the point to Marshall. Marshall throws it off a Hawk. It comes to the near corner, where they're going to pick it up there. Stevens goes and joins the battle. It comes out at the point. Marshall's going to have to chase this down as it drifts in past Eves, and they're going to call it an icing. So we'll come back down here again. Kinger, Panetta, and Stevens into the corner. Stevens knocks that down. Now King battles. It goes behind the net, Stevens. Stevens throws it in front. Can't get it to anybody as it bounces around. Stevens falls down in front of the net. Now behind the play. Hawks have it. Send it up the point to Marshall. Marshall throws it in deeper past Kinger. Hawks throw it up the wall. Marshall cheats in. Gets her hip against the boards and stops it. Marshall crossed to King. King couldn't keep a handle on it as Marshall fell down. Panetta covering her high as the play comes the other way. And they get an up pass to the Hawks where Dahl stops and chips that. And we're going to get an offsides on the Hawks. So with 8:16 to go, I'll get the clock back in line. This draw will be in front of the Selects bench. It's Pete's out here now with Klein and Sherwood. Hawks send it up the near wall. And that's going to be an icing. Pete steps in for this draw. It dies on the circle as it normally does with Mel's faceoffs. She pushes it to the corner where Sherwood joins the battle. We got some shoving going on there. They kick it deeper. Sherwood throws it right through the goal mouth. Nobody there to get a stick on it as the Hawks are going to come the other way. Litz breaks that play up. Another Hawk picks it up. And Litz breaks it up again. Zivkovic throws it back to the point where the Hawks are going to battle. Peets comes in and hits a girl. knocks her down, no call. And the Hawks are going to throw it in behind the net. I realize I got a little bit of a drift to the right on this tripod. It's not behaving this morning, and I apologize for that. When I let it go, it's drifting to the right a little. That puck died and did not become an icing as the Hawks pick it up behind their own net. For those of you that haven't seen this, it's a multi-camera operation, and sometimes the weight of the second camera pulls the tripod to the right. So I'm trying to hold it to avoid that. As Peets picks it up, sends it in down the near side here. She still battles along the blue line. And here come the Hawks the other way. I'm getting huddle video for the coach and live for you guys, and sometimes that huddle camera pulls the weight. That came out, ref didn't see it, and the Hawks come down the near wall, drop, back to the point, fanned on a shot there, regain, blocked by Walkoskis in behind the net, Makasenka up the wall. Walkoskis tips it, can't get it. Walkoskis blocks that shot high into the glass in the far corner, where Litz goes and battles with a girl. She falls down. Litz sends it around. That girl that fell down picked it up. They try to center it. It hit a skate of Walkoskis, goes into the near corner. Now we've got battle there as a Hawks player falls down. It comes all the way into the center. Here comes Claherty. Claherty, after a long shift, still going to go into Walkoskis. Walkoskis lost it in the center. Makasenka picked it up, shot, missed near side. Claherty threw it in front. Walkoskis still digging, puck loose, can't poke it in. And the Hawks are going to send it back to the point past Makasenka, where Kiesel's going to pick it up at the red line. She fans on it, can't get it forward. Makasenka overskated. Hawks pick it up, throw it back towards the open door of the Selects bench, which is always dangerous, as Kinger overskates it, and now King falls down, and here come the Hawks the other way, Kiesel and Yenny back. Player stepped in front of Makasenka, shot, missed far side. And Claherty's going to pick it up. She loses it to a Hawk down the half wall. Hawk comes in, try to center it. It gets all the way through. It's loose in front. Eves throws that to the far corner, where Makasenka's going to pick it up, send it ahead to Claherty. She barely handled it. Now she's going to come up the far wall. She's got King trailing, but she loses the puck. And now the Hawks are going to come back the other way with 5:34 to go. No score. First period. Hawks down the half wall, where Kiesel sends it back to Stripes. Panetta picks it up there. Panetta with Mrazek streaking. Loses the puck at the red line. Kiesel chips it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek along the blue line. Mrazek's going to throw it in deeper, and Kinger's going to have to go dig it out back there. Hawks beat the King to the puck. They pick it up, and they're going to bring it out. They chip it ahead. Panetta whacking, Mrazek whacking. Mrazek fell down. They get by Marshall. That player fell down on her own, and Dahl's going to go pick it up as the puck bounces on the goal line. Apparently the lines are on top of the ice here in Detroit. The puck bounces. Dahl sends it back the other way for King near corner. King up the half wall. Mrazek chips it out to Panetta. Panetta puts it out where Marshall's going to pick it up. Marshall has room. She gets around one player. Marshall open. Marshall shoots it, finds the high right corner of that net. High left corner. A high left corner for Marshall on a nice play to get around that defender from the Hawks. And your Steel City Selects girls are up 1-0 with 4-4 on the board in the first period. So a nice play by Marshall puts the Selects up 1-0 as Peets, Klein, and Stevens come out here with 4-4 on the clock. They poke it ahead. Klein can't put it into the zone. Peets is going to get there first. Peets will throw it in deeper. Oh, we had a collision there. A Hawk fell down and Stripes fell over. The only thing hurt there was Stripes' pride. Stevens tries to dance around, can't get it. And that puck's going to come out. Marshall's going to turn. She's going to throw it in. Peets comes out now as they put it over to the red line now. And here come the Hawks the other way. Stevens chops at it. Klein chops at it. Into the near corner. Puck into the near corner now. Marshall. Fresh off the nice play that led to our first goal. Hawks turn it over. And they come back the other way as Peets pushes it ahead. Now Klein with Marshall streaking. Puts it over to Marshall, too far. Into the far corner. Walkoskis and Stevens up high covering, Zivkovic covering. They throw it in deeper. Klein overskates. Marshall gets back to her point. Walkoskis going to go dig it out there. Stevens joins the battle. 3 Hawks, Stevens, and Walkoskis. Hawks come out of there with it. They take it around to the far corner. Walkoskis steps in, stops that puck. This time they can't stop it. It comes back to neutral. There's Marshall. Marshall ahead to Claherty, who lets it go deep into the corner, and they're going to have to go dig it out. Claherty doesn't get there first. It goes all the way around as the Selects got caught in a change. That puck's going to go forward as Stevens gets tripped up, and they're going to call a penalty as she heads to the bench. This puck comes forward, and as the Hawks touch it, Unless they're calling Stevens for that penalty. Ref was calling something, yet we got no whistle here. So I'm not sure what's going on. As Stevens' stick's laying on the ice again. Put his hand down, so I guess they're not calling it. Might have been icing call. Thought he had his hand up for a penalty after the contact, but no. And here come the Hawks across with it. Litz sends it over towards Stevens' stick. And now it bounces across to Zivkovic. Zivkovic sends it ahead into the zone. As that puck's going to go up the near wall. Stripes recovers the stick, sends it back to Stevens. And Clawhardy's going to pick it up there, try her chip move, doesn't get it by that Hawk. King loses it back into the zone. They're going to call offsides. 2:29. $16 of you on a Saturday morning, I'm grateful. As Yenny misses it, it goes to the end line where Kiesel's going to go dig it out. Kiesel sends it all the way around. Panetta too far. Panetta tried to step in, couldn't. Hawks on the half wall. They throw it up high to the point. Top of the circles. Panetta can't knock that one down. Now into the far circle. Kiesel. They get around Kiesel. Kinger. Kinger chips it around. Makasenka's there. Makasenka chops at it. Can't get it out. Kinger. Kinger battles on the wall. Makasenka chops at it. Still can't get it out. They turn at the point. Throw it in. Hawks have it top of the circles. Kiesel, they push it to the far corner. Yenny's going to go dig it out. Yenny playing a little defense as Panetta tries to chip it. Can't get it out. Kinger knocked that down. It's on the wall. Panetta didn't see it. Hawks throw it in deeper. All the way around for Yenny. Yenny picks it up there. Hawks pick it up. It's bouncing up high here in the zone as King chips it out. Makasenka chips it out. Hawks regain. Makasenka pokes that puck to the wall. She's going to go battle there. Good battle from Kylie. As King chips it back. Makasenka still battling. King tried to put it across to Panetta. Never got there. Panetta, be careful with that stick. In front, Kiesel knocked it down. Over to the far wall. Back to the point. Kiesel knocked that one down. Here they go the other way. Panetta's got to be tired. She's going to go to the bench. Klein's going to come out. Kiesel up the near wall. Kiesel with space, looking for center. Stops surveys. Finds Makasenka. Can't get it through. And now goes back into the corner. Grace picks it up again. Drops it for Klein. Klein's going to shoot from there, hit the goalie, knock it down. Puck loose, Kiesel. Kiesel shoots. Puck loose, goal. Oh, Kiesel! Grace Kiesel from the point. Finds that 5-hole, and with 55 to go in the first period, Kiesel bangs it home for the second Selects goal. So we got Peets, Klein, and Mrazek out here now. Steel City up 2-0. As that puck hits Stripes. Hawks put it in. It could have been an offsides call, but I think Stripes let it go since it hit his feet. Marshall. Marshall around the far side, up the far wall for Klein. As this puck bounces back down, Dahl is going to pick that one up in the far corner. She's going to send it all the way around hard. Peets is there as a Hawks player falls down. Peets never wanted to shy away from the body, hits the player and knocks it up the far wall. As puck comes back to neutral, Mrazek had her stick held. Mrazek backhands it, tries to get it into the zone with 15 ticks to go first period. Peets knocks it back to Marshall. Marshall's just going to dump it and be content to let this period end as it drifts behind the net. We're going to get a Selects change with 5 seconds to go. We're going to bring it up the half wall, but time is not their friend. That'll do it for one. They're going to bring the loud music on. I'll be back for two. All right, Stripes checking with everybody. Stevens, Walkoskis, Clardy, Zivkovic, and Litz. As Stripes directs traffic behind me. And with the puck drop, they'll turn off the annoying music and we can get back to hockey. Stevens loses the puck coming in as she gets pulled down. And now Walkoskis has it deep. She's battling along the half wall. Clardy steps in, can't get a stick on the puck. Litz steps up over to the half wall, throws it in deeper. Stevens is going to have to send it around. Stevens picks it up there. Stevens looking for a center. Can't get it. Stevens tries to throw it in front, can't get there. They still battle behind the net. Stevens battling again. Stick up high as the Hawks are going to come out of there with it. They chip it off the wall and out, and Litz will pick that up. They get by Litz as they battle in front of Stripes. Now it's Walkoskis sends it across, but the Hawks are going to get there first. And they're going to chip it by Zivkovic. She'll recover. Send it up the wall, but not out. Back to Zivkovic. It gets by her. Now the Hawks have it in low. They throw it through the goal mouth. Stevens cut that off. Stevens hard up the wall, but not really, as her stick got chopped. And they continue to battle over there. Now Clardy picks it up, and here she comes. One-on-one, Clardy. Malia usually will toe drag here. She tried it. She got pulled down, no penalty. And the Hawks are going to take it over near the Selects bench. And now we got Litz as the Hawks fans are yelling for a penalty on the Selects. They throw it into the near corner, and King gets shouldered off that puck. Sherwood picks it up. Sherwood throws it off the goalie in front. Panetta out front couldn't get a stick on it as they throw it back to the point. Litz had it on her backhand, which didn't allow her to get control. Kiesel picks it up. Kiesel has to wait for King to clear. Kiesel pulled down, no call. Panetta throws it in deeper. As Litz is going to go to the bench, and that puck's going to be loose along the half wall, and they're going to send it out past Litz as Kiesel picks it up there. We got a net guard on the ice in front of the bench over there as they're going to jump out, and nobody picked it up as Kiesel, nice play to hold it, and now they're going to chop it out again, and Yenny's going to have to hurry as it's loose in the zone, and Kinger's going to pick it up, come back the other way. She's got Panetta with her. She sends it to her. Panetta loses the puck gain in the zone, and it comes back to the Hawks. King picks it up, has to wait for the zone to clear. It does. She dumps it deep into the far corner. They go for an offensive change. Out comes Peets with Klein and Makasenka. Puck up the near wall. Stick got stuck in Kiesel, and that impeded the player enough that they couldn't get there. And we're going to get an icing. Pete's out here now with Klein and Makasenka as the Hawks pick it up, bring it up the near wall. I'm battling this tripod. It wants to drift, and when I loosen it, it makes the drift worse. So I'm aware, just trying to get it right for you. As Marshall continues to battle, she's kicking at it. It's in her feet. Pete steps in. Now Marshall turns, gets it on her forehand, chips it out, not past the point though. As Pete continues to cover Marshall high, puck off the far side of the net. Dahl throws it across to Marshall. Marshall tried to get it out, can't. This time Klein will chip it out, but she chips it right to a Hawk. Now Klein cuts it down, and it goes over to the far wall where Dahl's going to send it out of the zone. Bouncing puck across the center of the neutral ice. Klein's not going to get there first as the Hawks chip it in deeper, but she will body the player. Marshall behind the net. Marshall fans on the clear, had it in her feet. It was at an odd angle, still loose. Marshall backhands it across to Peets. Peets golfs it off the back of Makasenka. Makasenka can't get a handle on it. Klein turns, spins, dumps it out. Hawks at the red line send it back in. Marshall bobbled Dahl. Dahl sends it across right to a Hawk at the top of the zone, who gets a weak dribbling shot off. And Eves is going to cover that one up with 10:31 to go. And we'll be back with new players coming on the ice. It looks like it's going to be Litz and Zivkovic on the back end, and Clardy, Mrazek, and Walkoskis on the front end. Walkoskis takes that draw, pushes it in the corner. Zivkovic battling for it. Walkoskis comes out of there with it. Walkoskis across to Clardy. It's in her feet, and she recovers, but it broke her momentum. As she comes down the near wall, Clardy does. Still skating with it, loses it, and now the Hawks are going to pick it up and come the other way. Hawks through neutral ice. Mrazek chasing. Mrazek, nice play to get a stick in there. Clardy tried to get it out, couldn't. Zivkovic chips it out this time, up the head to Walkoskis, who loses it to a Hawk at neutral. Hawks back to the top of their zone. It's going to go to the wall. Mrazek's going to go chase it. They're going to chip it by her, chip it by Walkoskis and Zivkovic. It's going to go down and be an icing. Kinger steps in, takes this draw, back to the point, Yenny. Yenny down the wall to Stevens. Stevens pokes it back up. Stevens comes out of there with it. She has some room. Stevens throws it towards the net, misses far side Panetta. Panetta turns. Panetta tried to center, couldn't get it there. They're going to battle along the wall. Now Kinger comes out with it. Kinger on the backhand, can't get anything on it. Puck loose in front. Panetta with a shot, point blank range, saved by the goalie. And that's going to die in Yenny's feet. Here come the Hawks, one-on-one with Kiesel. Kinger trying to get back. Kiesel pushes that player to the corner. Shot. Eves directs that into the near corner. Yenny picks it up, sends it around, past Stevens. There's nobody over there as the Hawks are going to pick it up. Stevens overskates. Kiesel throws it behind the net for Yenny. Yenny up the wall, Panetta. Panetta chips it, can't get it out past the point. Stevens joins the play. They battle. Now it goes in deep. Yenny knocks it down with her foot. They're still battling along the wall. Panetta up the point, can't get it out. Shot, knocked down by Kinger. You could hear the knee protector from here as it gets over to the point, not out. Stevens pressuring. This time it's in deep for Yenny. Yenny's going to bring it up the wall, fanned on it, can't get it out. Shot, knocked down again by Kiesel. You heard that one hit the thigh pad. Panetta battling. This time Panetta pushes it, still can't get it out. Kiesel swipes at it. Stevens swipes at it. Loose. And Eves is going to cover that one up with 8:34 to go. We'll get a face-off in our defensive zone. This time we get the draw in our defensive zone. Mel dies on the dot like normal, and here comes Klein. Klein up the far side. Klein surveying, gets it in, throws it on the net, misses near side. Marshall backhands in front, nobody there. And now we've got the Hawks going to bring it up the wall. Hawks player picks it up there. Try to chip it by Marshall. She stopped it. Klein whacks at it. Pete's whacks at it. Klein throws it in behind the net as Sherwood and Dahl had cheated way over and should make it. Oh no, Dahl holds it. Down to Pete's. Pete sends it in on the net. They push it into the near corner where the Hawks are going to chip it by Klein. Marshall's going to throw it in deeper. Hawks have it. They chip it by Marshall this time, and the race is on. Dahl will get there first. She turns, backhands it out to a Hawk, where they're going to wait for the zone to clear. It does, and they're going to come down, shoot. Eves knocks that down. Marshall clears it right to a Hawk. Another shot missed on the far side, where Pete's is going to send it ahead for Klein. It's going to be too far, and we will get an icing. So we're going to come back down here for this draw. So Walkoskis takes this draw, sends it over to the wall where the Hawks send it in deeper. It goes around to Zivkovic. I think I figured out what's wrong. The fluid head on the tripod's not quite level. I'll fix it at the period. I don't want to do that during the action. So now Walkoskis, she had it in her feet, couldn't get it past the red line. They battle along the wall. She sends it ahead. It goes deeper. Up the wall. Litz can't hold it, and it comes all the way back where Zivkovic's going to pick it up. She's going to turn, chip it up the wall for Claherty. Claherty too far as the Hawks chip it back the other way. It's loose in front of me. Litz over to Zivkovic. Zivkovic up to Makasenka. It gets held up at the blue line. They're battling in front of the Selects bench as Zivkovic knocks it down. Now the Hawks chip it ahead, and they throw it right back into the fracas as Makasenka tries to chip it in. She can't. Hawks send it ahead past Zivkovic, and here they come. Litz pokes it back to Zivkovic. Walkoskis with Makasenka streaking. Walkoskis up the wall, puts it over to Makasenka, too far. Kylie was open, couldn't get it to her. As Kylie throws it out the point to Litz. Litz across to Zivkovic. Zivkovic's shot hit Claherty in the chest. Puck falls down into the far corner. Claherty whacks at it, stops it behind stripes. Claherty dancing with it, has it in her feet, loses it. They're going to call Claherty for a trip, which looks really ticky-tacky incidental to me. that's going to be icing. We're going to get Claherty for a trip here. Seemed a little ticky-tacky to me, but nonetheless, she's going to sit in the bin, and Yenny and Kiesel are going to come out here with Panetta and Kinger to kill this penalty. Up 2-0, 6:14, second period. We'll get a draw to Eves' right, your left. No, they're going to bring it to neutralize. And there is that draw as it comes back to the Hawks. Hawks chip it ahead behind stripes. They come up the near wall. Centering pass knocked down by, I believe that was King, as the Hawks regroup at center. As Panetta pursuing aggressively as they throw it in deeper. Now they battle along the wall as King gets it. Shot from the point. Knocked down by Kiesel. Backhand missed to the far side, Yenny. Yenny fanned on it, putting it up the wall. This time she gets it up the wall with authority, but it's knocked down by the point player. Kiesel knocked that down in front. Shot. Eves knocked that down and covers. Klein, Mrazek, Marshall, and Dahl. As Klein came out of there with it, chipped it ahead to Mrazek too far. Point player holds it, dumps it deeper. Dahl battling. Dahl, they try to center. Mrazek steps in, still battling in front of the net, still loose. Marshall chops it out of there. It comes up to Klein. Klein's going to skate it. Here comes Klein. Klein up the near wall, gains the red line and dumps it. All the way in behind the net, Mrazek's going to go do some work. Comes up the half wall, where Dahl stops it once. Klein battling over there now. Klein, tackle, they both fall down, no call. As that's going to clear, and Marshall's not going to get there first. Although the puck turned and came the other way as Marshall tried to send it up the wall. Now the Hawks come out with it, dancing between the circles. Dahl steps up, stops it. Here comes Marshall. This should be a gain the red line and dump again. She gains the red line and dumps. That'll kill the penalty to Claherty. Hawks regroup behind the net. Claherty out of the box, joins the play. And Dahl is going to battle along the wall. Mrazek. Hawks come out of the zone with it. Claherty turns. Claherty picks it up. Tries her toe drag, didn't work. Mrazek over to Claherty. Claherty ahead, decline, too far. They're going to retreat. Hawks are going to send it up. Marshall picked it up, has to wait for Klein to get out. She didn't. It's the period of the long change, and that's what caught us offsides. All right, I took that moment to fix the tripod head, so that should stop the drift as Litz sends it ahead, tries to get it up to Peets. Peets has it on the near wall. Peets out here with Claherty and Stevens. Peets gets leveled and knocked down, no call. See how Mel reacts to this. As Stevens has it, Stevens shoots, knocked down by the goalie. Goalie covers it up. Walkowskis takes that draw back to Litz at the point. Litz shoots, misses far side. Sherwood's got to go dig it out, doesn't get there first. Zivkovic tried to send it ahead, got it to Walkowskis. Walkowskis puts it into the feet of a Hawk. She slows it down, sends it in deeper. Now Claherty's got to go do some work. Claherty skates in behind, overskates the puck. Hawks have it, send it up the wall. Zivkovic gets there, holds the point, throws it in towards the net, blocked by a Hawk. As Zivkovic held it momentarily, chipped it in. As they continue to battle, Zivkovic throws it in deeper. And now there's nobody there to work it out of that corner as the Hawks send it around. Where they throw it on net. Hawks goalie covers it as there's some action in front of the net. Sherwood ended up on her chest. shot. I think I'm back. I don't know. Puck loose, 3 minutes to go. My clock's off. I don't know what happened here. I think I'm back. I think I'm back again. The app keeps crashing. I don't know. Puck loose along the red line. If it crashes again, it might be an iPad reboot, and that's going to be the end of this game. I don't know that I'll get it back in time. I think I'm back, though. I'm off about 40 seconds on the clock. I'll fix it when I can. Puck into the near corner. Back up ahead here comes the puck all the way down on their net. They let it go, and that's going to be an icing. Joey tells me I'm still good. 2:02 to go. It's died twice. The app's crashed. I pick it back up. Hopefully it stabilizes. I'm not sure what's happening here. Pete's in the corner. Still 2-0. Pete's around behind the net. Up ahead, Mrazek gets pulled down, no call. Now it bounces off the wall. Pete's. Hawks have it. Marshall pushes that player to the corner. And there we go, out to the point now. Nobody covering that point. She's going to get a shot off. Eves loves it, covers it, and locks it down with 1:28. Draw in the corner. Zivkovic sends it up the wall. Throws it in across the goal mouth. Goes Eves into the corner. Litz up ahead. Tried to get it to Clardy, couldn't. Stevens overskated. Here come the Hawks the other way. Back to neutral ice as the Hawks pick it up, send it ahead with 1:07 to go. Zivkovic sends it around. Stevens gets pulled down. No call. As Walkoskis sends it across for Clardy now. Clardy tried her toe drag, didn't work, and goes in behind with 49 to go. Litz battling. Litz taking a hard shoulder. They're still battling. Sends the puck ahead to Clardy. Point player for the Hawks. Shot. Covered up by Eves. Kinger takes the face-off. It goes off the side of the net. Sherwood behind the net. 33 to go. She sends it ahead to Panetta. Panetta, if she hurries, has one player to beat. She's going to go wide. Panetta comes in. Panetta backhand, saved by the goalie as she ends up on top of the goalie. Shot from there, high. We had King down in the crease. Panetta on top of her. Hawks with the puck. They send it ahead to Kiesel. Kiesel tried to put it across. Sherwood's going to chip it in. They're going to battle at neutral ice. Kiesel's going to pick it up. Kiesel chips it back with 7 to go. They throw it in deep. That'll do it for the period, most likely, as the Hawks pick it up there with 3 to go. They bounce it off the wall ahead, and as Kiesel has some contact with that girl, the period comes to an end. I'll mute it out and be back for 3. Claherty, King, Makasenka. Claherty takes it up the far wall. Claherty centers for King, too far. Makasenka goes to dig it out. She sends it in deeper off the back of a hawk. Sends it up the point to Dahl. Dahl throws it in. Claherty tried to tip it, couldn't get, or King tried to tip it, didn't get a stick there. Over to the point, past Claherty, and they're going to chip it ahead. Marshall's going to chase that down, send it off a hawk back to Claherty. Claherty loses it, King. King comes through the center. Kinger with room, loses the puck, drops it to Makasenka. Makasenka shot off the back of a hawk as Claherty kicks it. Claherty battling along the wall, sends it in deeper to Kinger. Kinger has Makasenka, couldn't get it through. Puck to Claherty, back to the point. Dahl could step up, she does. Sends it to Makasenka. Makasenka shoots, blocked by a hawk. And behind the net, now Kinger overskates. Kinger battling back there. Still battling. As the Hawks throw it around. And it goes up and into the Hawks bench. That face-off back to the point to Litz. As this one sits down on the blue line, and they continue to battle Mrazek. They dump it in, Zivkovic grabs it, sends it right into a hawk as she holds it. She has Zivkovic's stick stuck to her. It's still stuck. Zivkovic can't get her stick back. Now she finally does. Peets bounced it too far for Panetta rather. Panetta battles over there. Stands the player up. They battle, and that lets Peets pick it up. Peets up the near wall, or far wall rather, into the center. Now leaves it for Mrazek too far. They're going to battle along the wall here, and that's going to come back to Zivkovic. Stripes get out of the way. Out to Peets. Peets never shy of the contact. Drops it for Panetta as Peets falls down. They're going to go into the corner. Centering pass, nobody there. Mrazek comes over to apply some pressure. Peets out to Zivkovic. Cross to Litz. It gets tangled up in the feet of a hawk as Litz raises her hands. Zivkovic with a nice play to poke that off. And bad contact over there as the player lost an edge and Panetta ended up on top of her. And puck's going to drift. They're looking for a call. I'm not sure what's going on here. They're going to bring a face-off. I'm not sure what's happening here. Puck was loose. And now we're just going to get a random face-off in front of the selects bench. As Walkoskis takes that draw, Hawks send it in. Eve's going to knock it below the line for Yenny. Yenny up the half wall to Klein. Klein battling. Klein chips it ahead. Walkoskis going to battle. Walkoskis out Stevens. Stevens gets bodied. No call. As they continue to battle over there. And now we've got Kiesel getting bodied. Klein, puck drop. As they go the other way now. Klein stood her up at the line. Hawks have to regroup. They send it back too far as Klein's going to chase this one down. Apply some pressure. Player's going to turn the other way. Stevens comes in, Walkoskis. They throw it behind the net. Klein's back there, going to have to go dig it out. She stops it, knocks it down. She comes around with it, but she gets attacked by two Hawks, and they come and take the puck. As Klein continues to battle Stevens. Stevens tried to center, came off of a Hawks player to Kiesel, and we've got to clear the zone. Kiesel dancing, turning. Nice spin by Kiesel. Waiting for the zone to clear. Stevens picks it up. Stevens gains the line. Can't get anything on it. A backhand shot. Loose. Chips it in front! Walkoskis couldn't get anything on it. As Claherty overskates, Kiesel throws it into the corner. Stevens going to go to the bench after a long shift. Net guard on the ice again. As Yenny stops and turns. Yenny dancing through center. Caught the Hawks in the change. Claherty waits. She drops it to her at the line. Claherty dancing. Claherty dancing. Still dancing. Claherty shoots. Goalie up high, bouncing into the end line, into the far corner. As they battle there, two Hawks and Claherty. Hawk chips it into the center. It comes over a stick to Dahl. Dahl has it. Dahl throws it right into the belly of a Hawks player, King. King backhands over to the far corner behind Stripes. Sherwood backhands down for King, too far. Into the corner, 10 minutes to go. Around for Dahl. Clardy. Clardy sends it across the red line. Marshall has to stay disciplined. She does, and Clardy comes back with it. It's got Clardy and King 2-on-1. I'm going to call offsides. Didn't look offsides to me, but Stripes saw it differently. Peets takes that draw, draws it back. Hawks up the wall. Panetta stops that with her feet. Peets plays it to Panetta. Panetta tried to put it in front for Makasenka. Not there. Over to the point. Makasenka picks it up this time, puts it in front for Panetta. Panetta gets another stick on it, can't do anything with it. Here come the Hawks. Up the far wall. Marshall, they dump it up into the bench area, and that's going to be a whistle. And we're going to face off outside the zone as it never gained. Koskis, Klein, and Mrazek out here now with Litz and Zivkovic on the back end as Klein goes down to a knee, prevent the puck from going too far. It comes out while Koskis battles. They throw it in, but that's going to be offsides. Joey, those Swedish guys are drunk. It's Saturday night in Sweden. There's nothing to do there this time of year except count animals and watch snowflakes. So I'm sure they're drunk. They're not troubleshooting anything. As the Koskis takes it away. Up the near wall. She stops, turns, spins. Looking for somebody to help. Team hadn't caught up yet. Nora's still battling. Backhand shot. Goalie knocks that to the near corner. Koskis was on fire there for a second as Klein steps in front of that player. Koskis joins the fracas again as Mrazek throws it in deeper. Now Klein's going to go dig it out. Not before they send it all the way around. Litz steps up, stops it with her skates, while Koskis throws it in, but we're going to be offsides with 8:29. Stevens, Kinger, and Clardy. Clardy up the far wall over to Stevens. Stevens dancing, can't get it on her forehand. Throws it lower to Kinger. Kinger behind the net, loses it to a Hawk. And here they come up the far wall. They get around Clardy. They chip it around Kiesel. Yenny picks it up. Yenny dumps it ahead to Stevens. Stevens gets bodied. Throws it ahead to Kinger. Kinger has nobody there. Tried to center it for Clardy, couldn't get it through. She's still battling with it. It goes over to the far wall. Clardy steps up. Tries to hold it, they all overskate. The puck comes back to neutral. Stevens got in front of that player, stopped it, sent the puck back. Clardy couldn't handle it. This time she does, comes up the far wall with King streaking. Clardy toe drags, loses it into the corner. Tries to center, nobody there. Stevens gets a backhand on it, can't turn. She's on her off wing, and it makes it hard to get that shot off. Yenny throws it in. Clardy tried to tip it, couldn't get it. Kiesel picks it up there, 7:34 to go. Stevens at the point. Stevens rips a slap shot, hits a girl right in the leg. She immediately goes to the bench. And we're going to be offsides. Pete steps in here with Sherwood and Panetta, puck back top of our offensive zone. Hawks clear it forward and they overskate. Marshall's going to pick it up, chip it back to center. Peets loses it. Sherwood. Here comes Sherwood. Sherwood gains the line, drops it for Peets. Peets dances. Peets across, one too many passes. Tried to put it across for Panetta as Marshall throws it in deeper. And now here come the Hawks. Marshall sends it in deeper, and they're going to call Sherwood as offsides. Walkoskis steps in for this draw, sends it across. Hawks up the far wall. Marshall's going to have to chase this one down in front of the selects bench. She does. She kicks it. She kicks it again, sends it around the wall where Makasenko's there. Can't get it out past the wall player there. They continue to battle. Now Marshall comes out. Here comes Mama Moon holding baby Johnny. And this time it comes all the way out, but not icing as the Hawks chase it down top of their zone. Hawks send it ahead. Walkoskis can't get a stick on. Here they come up the far wall. Marshall steps across, separates the player from the puck to the end line. 6:25 to go, 2-0 selects. Makasenko up the wall. Sends it ahead to Klein. Klein can't handle it. And Klein battling, Makasenko chips it in. Makasenko gets shouldered, no call. As that puck comes back, Makasenko's going to be in the zone, and decidedly so as she's recovering. Klein says, "Are you okay?" And Makasenko says, "Yes." So we're going to bring the puck out of the zone and get a draw. Mrazek, Kinger, and Flaherty, puck dies on the dot. Mrazek leaves it for Zivkovic. Zivkovic throws it ahead. King cuts it off. King with room. King shoots. Goalie knocks that down. As this puck's going to come up the wall. Zivkovic's going to hold it. Throw a bouncing puck in on the net. Flaherty knocked it down. It's in her feet. She didn't see it. This time it drifts into Litz. Litz turns. Litz throws it in front. Can't get it through the Hawks. Cut off by Kinger. Kinger sends it over. Hawk picks that up. No call as that player fell down. And the Hawks goalie's going to cover that up with 5:35. Get the draw here as Kinger battles below the end line. Litz throws it in, misses to the far side. Puck on the near wall now. That'll come out as it gets by Zivkovic. It's going to be an icing. Stevens, Peets, and Panetta. Goes all the way around. Panetta has to go dig it out. Panetta throws it in deeper for Peets. Peets throws it in front. Stevens wasn't there. It comes over to the half wall. This time it's going to be Yenny trying to hold it. Stevens comes across with it. Has to wait for Peets to clear. She does. Stevens gets a shot off this time. Hits the goalie up high. And now we've got the Hawks going to bring it out as Panetta comes over for some pressure. Yenny sends it back the other way for Peets. Peets comes into the center, gets cut off. Stevens has to wait for Peets to come out. I thought she was out. Stripes thought differently, and that's an offsides. Walkoskis, Klein, and Sherwood. Klein gets tripped, no call. Have to wait for the zone to clear. It didn't because Klein was on the ice. Klein was on the ice, so we're going to get another offsides. Walkoskis takes the draw. Klein chops it, goes in deep. They battle there as the puck comes awkwardly through the center. Walkoskis couldn't get a stick on it. Here come the Hawks 3-on-2. Kiesel going to push that player to the wall, chip away at the puck, separate that player from the puck in the corner, send it up the wall to Klein. Klein can't get a stick on it. Hawks throw it in deeper. Hawks comes off of Walkoskis' skates. This time it bounces out as Sherwood chops at it. They're battling a little there. Over to the wall. Hawks in up the near wall. Cut off by Walkoskis. Walkoskis steps up. Pushes it out. Here she comes. Walkoskis still battling, turning, looking for a center. Nobody there as Klein steps in. Klein throws it on that puck loose in front. A couple of Hawks tripping each other over there. Yenny throws it in front, right to Walkoskis with a shot, covered up by the goalie. 3:44. Kinger takes that draw, dies on the dot. Hawks going to pick it up there. Come back the other way as here comes a Hawks player. Marshall pushes that player to the wall, puck all the way around the back end. Marshall's going to go get it, chop it around with authority, past Clarity. Hits stripes, of course, and now it's loose. They dance it into the center where Makasenko whacks at it, Dahl whacks at it, and now it's going to be Kinger. Kinger with Clarity to her left. Kinger gains the zone. The Hawks player falls down. Kinger into the corner, turning. Kinger loses the puck. Clarity steps up, chips it low to King. Kinger centers it to Makasenko, who couldn't do anything with it. Here come the Hawks. I glitched there for a minute as I couldn't think of her name. Marshall. Marshall hard off the wall, up into the protective netting, and we'll get a draw. Peets takes this draw, comes back Hawks. Hawks regroup, Mrazek skating aggressively. Back up the wall here as Zivkovic sends it back the other way. It pokes in. Peets. Peets going to go all the way around the long way. Behind Litz, come up through the center. Mel with a burst of speed, gets around two. Two more to beat. Stick handling, comes in, hits the goalie, loses her stick. Now she's kicking at the puck. Mel never one to shy away from being aggressive here. As Panetta picks it up, Mel sticks in the net, she regains it. She goes in behind the net and resumes that aggressive play she's known for. In front of Mrazek, who couldn't get a stick on it. As Litz chips it over to the wall, but it's going to come out now. Mrazek steps in, stops it. Peets picks it up again. 2:13 to go. Mrazek comes in with it through a big pile of snow. Mrazek dancing, sends it across for Panetta, couldn't get a stick on it. They battle there in the corner, and they stop it again. It hits a Hawk and comes back, and now they're going to come the other way. 2-on-2 with Litz and Zivkovic back. They choke that player off, send it to the wall. Panetta's going to get there and get a stick on it. Send it back to the Hawks defensive players. D-to-D pass, top of the red line. You see Stevens out here now with Klein and Walkoskis as the Hawks have it on the far wall. They drop it to the point, and it's going to come back out. And Klein's going to pick that up. Walkoskis, Klein needs to get out. She does. Stops, turns, Walkoskis tried to put it through for Klein, leaves it for Stevens. Stevens cranked that up and hit another Hawk. In behind the net, Klein working hard. Klein falls down. Around the wall, Stevens holds. Stevens rips a shot, doesn't get through, hits another Hawk. This time it comes up the wall, Kiesel steps in. It gets by her, and here they come the other way. The Hawks are going to get there, no icing on the tip as that player falls down. Litz is going to get in there. Walkoskis up to Stevens. They're going to battle along the wall with 1 minute to go in the game. Hawks have it along the wall. They dance in with it. That net's empty. Now it's going to be Kiesel. Kiesel's going to throw it up the wall, but not out. Stevens chops it back out to neutralize, and here comes Klein. Klein with an empty net. Klein with an empty net off the wall. Klein looking, just dumps it wisely behind with 38 seconds to go as Klein and Stevens get tied up. Puck loose behind, comes across. Klein picks it up there, playing with it along the wall with 30 to go. Still tying it up along the wall. 27 to go. Puck loose on the wall, Stevens battles. Now Stevens and Klein and a couple of Hawks come there. Now it's deeper into the corner. Hawks pick it up, they clear it back, but that's going to turn into an icing. With 15 seconds to go, it's actually 12.8 here. I'll get back in line. We're going to come down here, and that's going to bring the goalie back into the net. So there's 12.8 to go in this game. 2-0 selects, and we're going to see the goalie come back in with Sherwood, King, Clarity, Kiesel, and Yenny back on D to close out these last 13 seconds. This is like in the NFL when you need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, an onside kick recovery, and a field goal in the last 8 seconds, and they're just not going to be able to do it as they battle along the wall with 5 to go. Into the center of the zone, and that's 2 to go. They're going to throw it deep, and that's going to do it. I'll bring you the handshake action, and we're going to need to wait and see if that's going to be enough to get us into the playoff tournament or if we're going to be playing in the consolation half of the bracket. Keep your eye on TeamSnap for game time announcements, and whenever that game is, I'll be back with you to bring you the action. Have a good rest of your Saturday.